Hey, Eric here. Welcome to my channel. Today is August 1st, 2026. Today's video is of the appeal that took place in Burlington, Vermont at the City Hall pertaining to a trespass that I had gotten from Mikey van Gulden, the owner and operator of Chocolate Thunder Security. This is the second trespass that I had gotten from this company since June. The first trespass was reduced from 180 days to 30 days, with one councilman completely dissenting, believing that the trespass should have been rescinded completely, and I agree. 2 days after the trespass order expired, I went back to City Hall. I was there very shortly before I was told that I was being trespassed from the property again. I wasn't officially trespassed from the property, and I left on my own accord. I went back on the 17th, and I was there for a while, and I left, and shortly thereafter I was found down the street by Mikey van Gulden, the owner of Chocolate Thunder, who was issuing me a trespass order. So I appealed that before the Public Safety Committee, and I brought forth all the policy needed to render a decision in my favor, and brought forth all the evidence that shows that the trespass was retaliatorily issued to me. The Public Safety Committee then began to focus on feelings and emotions instead of the law and the Constitution and the ordinance and the wording in the ordinance. I haven't received the decision from the committee yet, but I assume they're going to uphold the trespass for 30 days. And but this did happen that since then, or during this time, that they updated the city's website for administrative purposes, giving guidance on how to deal with individuals like myself who are entering City Hall for the purposes of recording. They've broadened the language so that now they've limited the time someone can be in there on official business to 10 or 15 minutes, and now have stated that you can't record in private areas or record someone without their consent. And when I say private areas, I'm referring to a large wall that is mostly glass with a door in it that's half glass. They say you can't no longer record back past that point. Even taking into consideration everything with the public forum doctrine and limited public forum, it's their language of this thing is repugnant to the Constitution, because it's so overly broad, and it gives Chocolate Thunder way too much authority to decide what's disruptive. They're really setting a bad precedent with this thing. And so anyway, the following video is the appeal that took place for my second trespass at City Hall by Chocolate Thunder Security. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.
Well, thanks for being here. I'd like to call to order a special meeting of the Public Safety Committee on Monday, July 27th at 6:06 p.m. The first item on our agenda is a motion to adopt the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. The second item on our agenda is public forum. Is there anybody here from the public that wishes to be heard?
Yes.
All right. Sure. So Todd, go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
My name is Todd DeLuca. I am a member of the Burlington community and a citizen journalist. I had a few things to say about, so I watched the video that Eric Gravel produced about this incident, and I'm not sure I have seen all the evidence that you've seen, but so I can only base my statements on the video. First, I would just like to say that to my knowledge, there's no policy disallowing recording from a public area into a plainly visible restricted area. We're talking about the the hallway of the mayor's office. It is a constitutional right to record government officials in the course of their duties and is essential to our democracy. The area in question is being recorded by a security camera, and that video is accessible via a public records request. I've watched the video in question, and the security guards were unnecessarily escalating, claiming that recording is intimidation while recording Mr. Gravel with no sense of irony, repeatedly interrupting him and accusing him of arguing when he tried to have a conversation, and accusing him of blocking a doorway when it was clear on camera that there was ample room to pass. He was trespassed based on the decision of this committee in his previous appeals hearing, and I think the Public Safety Committee created a bad precedent when it said that you can't record into the hallway of the mayor's office. And I think this is an opportunity for the appeals committee to overturn that precedent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Todd. Is there anybody else here from the public that would like to speak in public forum? Please raise your hand if you're online.
Not seeing any raised hands.
All right, so, sir?
I was, a couple of years ago, I was deemed to be trespassing in this building. I was in the records room on the second floor, rather, and I had a diarrhea attack. I was embarrassed. Perhaps Chocolate Thunder might know about that. And I was so embarrassed I didn't report it. I sneaked out. Subsequently, I went back to the record room to complete my research the following day, and they said, "We saw you on the camera, and you soiled the room there," and et cetera, et cetera. And the security guard issued me a summons saying I can't return to the premises in 90 days. And then I said, "Look, this was an accident." He says, "Well, you should have reported it and a janitor would have cleaned it up." So I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "I was just embarrassed." And so he showed a little bit of mercy and reduced my my trespass punishment to 30 days. But I was looking at the grounds for a trespass on the entrance to this building. And they had 4 or 5 grounds, and I did not make an issue of it. I did not appeal it at the time, but and I had no intention of raising this today and bringing this to the attention of the committee. But I felt that I was unfairly and arbitrarily penalized as a result of something that was not intentional, it was accidental. So I just wanted to say my piece. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else here for public forum? If you're online, you can raise your hand and we'll promote you and you'll be able to unmute.
I've got Councillor Litwin and the attendees trying to get him as a panelist.
Okay, great. Excellent. Hi, Evan. We're just doing some public forum. We just had 2 speakers, just so you're aware.
Thanks.
Is there anybody else from the public here online that would like to speak at public forum?
You've got no one else on the list.
All right. Thank you very much, Haley. Then we'll move to our next item on the agenda, which is the appeal of the trespass order in the matter of Eric Gravel. Is Mr. Gravel, are we able to promote him, or is he able to get online?
We got an email from him at, let's see.
Oh yeah, I see that now.
I resent him the Zoom information, and just a moment ago, I'm not seeing him online yet.
All right, so we sent him the So the public is aware, he asked at 6:07 he was having trouble joining the meeting, and at approximately 6:11, Attorney Haley McClanahan from the City Attorney's Office resent on the Zoom link. So we are waiting for Mr. Gravel to log in.
I also just sent it to him as well.
All right, thank you, Councilor. I have no hold music for the public, so I apologize.
I understand that in traffic court, if you don't show up for your appeal, what's the verdict in traffic court typically?
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone's ever been to traffic court before.
No, I haven't been.
No? Congratulations.
I usually mail my tickets in.
All right. Well, I mean, but in traffic court, if you don't voice your concern.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the ordinance for more specifics.
Councilor Singh?
Yep.
He said maybe 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay.
He had to download Zoom or something.
While you were gone, I had a conversation about traffic court. I don't know if you've ever been to traffic court.
No,
No.
I haven't.
Well, congratulations to you as well.
I have been to civil court.
Is it civil? Or is that an oxymoron?
I don't know if it's different.
Okay.
Well, it was for disorderly conduct, so that's not very civil, is it?
No, but I mean the atmosphere. Is it civil? Kind of like like a jumbo shrimp or a civil war.
It's yeah, exactly.
Probably more civil than civil war.
Oh, is he able? All right, great. All right, we have Mr. Gravel here, so I'll continue with the hearing. Now that we've been through a few of these appeal hearings, the first part of the appeal hearing, I would like.
Certainly.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you attending. I'm going to just ask each member of the committee to state that they've reviewed the video evidence provided by both Mr. Gravel and the city's attorney's office. First, Councilor Sanchez Parkinson, can you confirm that?
Yes, I have reviewed the evidence, the materials.
Thank you very much. Councilor Grant, could you make a confirmation also?
Yes, I have reviewed what was submitted.
Thank you, Councilor Grant. Councilor Whitman?
I have as well. Thanks.
Yes, and for the record, this is Buddy Singh Chair, and I have also reviewed the video evidence of the hearing. First, we'll begin with the city's attorney's office in the matter of the trespass and to present their case, and then Mr. Gravel will have a chance to present his side of the case, and then we will leave time for questions from the committee members. Jessica, if you'd like to take it away.
Thank you, Councilor Singh. For the record, my name is Jessica Brown. I'm the Burlington City Attorney. I'm gonna walk two witnesses tonight through some brief testimony for the committee's consideration. I'm gonna start with Dan Pecor, and then we'll briefly have some questions for Michael van Gulden. Both of them are here. So, for the record, would you please state your name?
Daniel Pecor.
And where do you work?
With Chocolate Thunder Security at City Hall.
Okay. And how long have you worked for Chocolate Thunder Security?
About 4 years.
Were you working in City Hall in your capacity with Chocolate Thunder on July 14th, 2026?
Yes.
And at some point on that date, did Eric Gravel, someone you know as Eric Gravel, come into City Hall and film?
Yes.
All right. Had Mr. Gravel previously been trespassed from City Hall?
Yes.
Had that trespass ended?
Yes.
Did you, are you aware that Mr. Gravel appealed his first trespass from
Yes.
City Hall? And did you read this committee's decision in response to Mr. Gravel's appeal of his first trespass?
Yes.
All right. So on July 14th, 2026, at some point was Mr. Gravel filming on the first floor of City Hall?
Yes.
And where do you primarily work when you're in City Hall on security, on your security shift?
Most of my shift is spent at the security desk on the first floor.
Okay. And so at some point was Mr. Gravel filming you at the security desk on the first floor?
Yes, he was.
Where was he standing exactly?
He was standing, well, he'd been moving around and filming and getting shots of me and making comments, but he did set up at the corner where the bike rack is, and aimed his camera at me, and he set up there. That was the one place he really set up, and aimed his camera at me and made some rather unflattering comments.
So I want to ask you about that. So he was standing and filming, but was he also talking to you?
Oh yes.
What kinds of things was he saying to you?
He was asking if I was Israeli. He asked if I was Palestinian. He asked if I sent an email about killing brown babies, which I had thought he had said. I couldn't remember what he said with that, but after reviewing the video, that is what he said. I thought he said something about you club baby seals, and it wasn't that, but it was something about killing brown. Do I write an email about supporting killing brown babies, something to that effect? He told me I was on his radar. He told me I was under investigation. He asked if I was anti-Semitic. He started calling me a moron repeatedly.
So am I good to go, Dan? Can I come back tomorrow now? If I head out, mind if I come back tomorrow? How about the next day after that, and the next day after that, and the next day after that? How about I just keep coming back every day? Okay. Because now you're on my radar, Dan. I like you. When I like somebody, I give them a lot of my attention. You deserve a lot of my attention now. Were you the one that sent Ari Moskowitz that anti-Semitic text messages and stuff? Do you know anything about that? Were you the one that claimed murdering brown babies was a birthright of the Jews? Or was that another Chocolate Thunder security guard? You're being investigated, my friend. We want to know all about your company. Dan, you've taken all the fun out of this for me. Are you recording this right now, Dan?
No comment. Have a good day.
You're just mad because you can't get me trespassed out of here. You're just mad because you can't weaponize the police against me. You're just mad because you can't weaponize the police against me. And all your threats went nowhere. You're a moron, Dan. A complete moron. Is that disorderly? Or is that free speech?
And all in a rather intimidating tone as well.
Okay.
I don't know if, yeah.
When did you want? I don't mean to cut you off.
No, that's pretty much it. You know, he was like letting me know that he was like, you know, he was kind of bullying. He was kind of bullying me. It was more of a bullying session than anything else. It wasn't, and I wasn't answering anything. I repeatedly said no comment, and he just kept pestering me with these questions.
Okay. Did you take notes of any of the things that Mr. Gravel was saying to you while he was filming you?
Yes.
Okay. And did you report Mr. Gravel's conduct from that date, July 14th, to your boss?
I believe so. I don't know if it made the notes, but I did note that he was given 2 warnings that day about his conduct at City Hall.
Say more about that, please. At what points did you give him warnings about his conduct?
At about 1:30 p.m., I gave him a warning about blocking access, specifically to the Busher room. I mentioned, if he could, because he was requesting documents from the attorney's office. He was over here at the Busher's room and standing in front of the doors and has a camera set up in that area. And I just asked if he was going to be over there, just please don't block access to any of the spaces there. And to which he stood, statue-like, right in front of the Busher room, blocking access to the door, and completely, straight up defying my request.
Okay. And was there, I think you said that you gave him 2 warnings. What was the second time that you gave him a warning?
The other warning was at about 2:15 p.m. and I gave him a warning about filming into the private spaces of the building. And that included the mayor's suite and also the finance suite as well. Which he blew right through those warnings, and I read him part 22 from his appeal decision? Line 22, it was number 22 from the 7-1 appeal hearing decision of Eric Gravel's trespass order.
Okay.
And I read that to him twice.
Okay, so you specifically read him a section from this committee's order after his first appeal?
Yes, and I warned him about filming into the private areas that are all labeled "No one beyond this point," and I gave him that warning, and he actually was both the mayor's suite and the finance wing as well.
Who is the owner of Chocolate Thunder?
Mikey van Gulden.
And at some point, did you notify Mikey about your engagement with Mr. Gravel on this date, on July 14th?
Definitely. I think I called and let him know Eric was here and he was going about the building, just to let him know in case there was anything that I didn't know.
Whose decision was it to write a trespass notice for Mr. Gravel?
I wrote the trespass out. I think it was a combination of Mikey and Lisa. From what I got, I think it was Mikey and Lisa together decided that his actions downstairs and harassing me and bullying me was enough for a notice of trespass.
Okay, and so what basis did you put for the trespass on the trespass notice?
Nonviolent, disorderly conduct.
Okay, and were you able to serve that trespass notice on Mr. Gravel that day?
I was not.
Why not?
He had left the premises already.
Okay, so I don't have any more questions for you right now. I'm going to ask some questions of Mikey, and then committee members at some point may have questions for you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Keep our voices up. Will you go ahead and state your name for the record?
Yeah. My name is Michael van Gulden.
And do you go by Mikey?
I do go by Mikey.
Mikey, what do you do for work?
I operate a security business and I'm a parent.
Okay. The name of your security business is Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder, yeah.
How long have you operated Chocolate Thunder?
About 16 years now.
And how long have you contracted with the city of Burlington to provide security services?
I'm sorry, just a second. Is me moving messing with you, televising me? Does it interrupt you?
Don't let me bother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm just going to move one more time to see where you go to.
Okay. Sure.
All right. There we go. Sorry, you were saying?
How long, Mikey, speak up, I can't hear him.
How long have Chocolate Thunder contracted with the city of Burlington?
Since the pandemic. So I'd say it's been for about 5 years.
And has Chocolate Thunder always, what buildings, I guess, has Chocolate Thunder provided security services in for the city?
We have been in the Burlington City Arts Building, Memorial Auditorium, City Hall, the Fletcher Free Library, 2 Church Street.
Okay. When you started, when Chocolate Thunder started providing security services in City Hall specifically, did you, as the owner-operator of Chocolate Thunder, develop some guidelines for your staff around conduct that could result in trespass?
Yes.
What did you base those guidelines on?
Those guidelines were based upon the work that we had been providing at the Fletcher Free Library.
And so did those guidelines include both conduct that could result in trespass as well as the duration of different trespasses?
Yes, it did.
All right. And you've heard Dan talk about Eric Ravel's conduct on July 14th. Did you end up serving the trespass notice on Mr. Ravel for his conduct on July 14th?
Yes.
And when did you do that?
I did that on the 17th.
Okay. And was it your decision that Mr. Ravel would be trespassed for his July 14th conduct?
Yes.
And what was the basis for your decision to issue him a trespass for his July 14th conduct?
Because Eric Ravel was now in the vicinity of a space where I could actually hand him the trespass, whereas it was not permissible before for the guard on duty to do so.
Okay, but so that's why you served it on the 17th.
Yes.
But what was the conduct by Mr. Ravel for which you decided to issue the trespass?
Nonviolent disruptive behavior.
And how long, what's the duration of the trespass that you served on him?
It's 30 days.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So again, I don't have any more questions for you. The committee members may, after Mr. Ravel speaks for the committee, I just want to, you're doing okay on time, briefly, for the record, remind the committee that the source for Chocolate Thunder's authority to issue trespass notices comes from Burlington City Ordinances, sections 2145 and 2145A. This trespass, or this conduct by Mr. Ravel happened on July 14th, 2026. It was 2 days after his first trespass ended. So arguably, if we were following, for example, Fletcher Free Library's trespass ordinance, Mr. Ravel could be trespassed for longer than 30 days because he got a second trespass notice for similar conduct just 2 days after his first trespass ended. But Mr. Van Gulden issued a trespass notice for 30 days based on, and I do want to draw committee members' attention to, when I watched the body camera footage anyway, from Dan's body camera of Mr. Ravel when he was standing by the bike rack in the first floor lobby area of City Hall with his camera directed, pointing directly at Dan Pecor while Dan was sitting at the security desk. It's hard to hear what Mr. Ravel is saying. I found it hard to hear what he's saying, but I did notice, and I ask you to take note, that when you can hear Mr. Ravel mumbling in the background, you can see Dan making notes. And those were his notes of the things that Mr. Ravel was saying to him, which you've heard Dan testify to here this evening. Are you Jewish? Are you Palestinian? Did you send an email about killing brown babies? You're a moron. The First Amendment allows people to go into public spaces and record in open public spaces. The First Amendment doesn't give Mr. Gravel the right to harass staff in City Hall, which is exactly what he did on July 14th. So I would ask you to uphold the 30-day trespass, and after the 30 days is up, Mr. Gravel is welcome to come back and pursuant to our City Hall policy, spend 10 to 15 minutes recording in the lobby of City Hall if that's what he wants to do. What he can't do is harass city staff with offensive comments that are meant clearly simply to try to provoke a reaction. That is not.
I object to everything she has been
Excuse me, Mr. Gravel, you'll have a chance to state your case. You will. I'll give you equal time in front of the committee.
That is all irrelevant, though.
And at 15 minutes and 30 seconds,
yeah.
I am done.
15 minutes, 30 seconds. So 1 second, Mr. Gravel. Todd, respectfully, if you could just be in one spot recording, it just kind of interrupts. And I know you didn't mean to.
My apologies that someone moved to where I was sitting. And
Yeah.
my
And I
apologies.
moved because I was told that they couldn't hear me, so
Yeah.
I moved closer.
Yeah.
So I'd be
Yeah,
heard.
and
My
just
apologies.
respectfully,
My apologies.
it interrupts my train of thought too when I'm trying to take notes.
That was not my intention at all.
I
I'm very
understand
sorry.
that, and that's why
I didn't realize things would be moving around. My apologies.
Yeah. All right, that's fine, and I appreciate you being understanding, Tom. Thank you, Mr. Gravel. Please feel free now to state your case and refute the testimony, if you prefer, of the city staff here.
I'd like to start out by asking where the old man is. Where's the old man?
You see the folks here that are
The security guard.
innocent.
The security guard.
He is
the
not
security guard-
present. He is
The
not
security guard from the 14th. I believe I
He's-
sent video. I was so before I get into any rebutting of anything that was said by Dan or Mr. Mikey over there, I'd like to point out the evidence that I submitted that shows that I was on City Hall for not even 30 seconds, did not engage with anybody, was not in the way, and the old man wanted me trespass. And why? And I'm just going to play this for the council in case you didn't review my evidence like you were supposed to.
Good, how are you? Nice.
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Nothing.
Why are you here? So,
Excuse me?
why are you here?
I have some business on. Yeah.
What's that?
I have some business I'm conducting.
What's the business?
It doesn't pertain to you.
Do you have a meeting?
No.
Well, I don't think you should be here.
Why? What did I do wrong?
You were trespassed here before.
What's that got to do with now?
Because you might be intimidating.
Are you recording me?
What?
Are you recording me?
What?
Are you recording me?
Recording you? Yeah.
How would I be intimidating anybody?
What?
How would I be intimidating anybody?
Well, you have your camera aimed at me.
You have your camera aimed at me.
You're arguing with me?
So from there, the old man wanted me trespass. He called Dan, okay, and told Dan I had no business there. And I told the old man numerous times I had business there, that I was going downstairs, that I had business there. Within 15 minutes, I was downstairs speaking to Haley. And by the way, I'd like to see the policy on a 15-minute time frame that Ms. Brown over there just mentioned a minute ago for time to be at City Hall. But anyway, I was down there speaking with Haley within 15 minutes of that. And that's when I interacted with Dan, wherein he tried to harass me by saying I was in the way when I was one floor tile away from the wall. Okay, by the door, out of the way of the door. And then I have video of evidence of me circling around showing. He barely fit his stomach through there when he tried squeezing through. Okay, so it was after that I did record Dan. And yes, okay, I did ask Dan those questions because I'm very concerned about the information I heard about the Ari Moskowitz situation, Chocolate Thunder sending text about if it was his Jewish right to murder brown babies. And from what I understand, it wasn't Dan Pecor that did that, but I didn't know that at the time. So that's why I asked him those questions. Okay. And sorry, free speech works every which way. It doesn't matter if it's offensive or not. Okay. So that was my free speech and I used it. I wasn't interfering with him at all. So anything after that, I was on their radar anyway, and they were looking to get rid of me and find some excuse to. And I left on my own accord after being there for over an hour and 30 minutes, or hour and 15 minutes or something. No one came looking for me. I told Dan I was leaving, right? I go there on the 17th after filing a civil suit against Mr. Mikey over there for his guard's actions against me, the first trespass. I leave City Hall after dealing with Anthony and the other kid that were very professional, by the way, had no issues with either one of them. Okay, it's just those guys. And I left and I walked around the city for 45 minutes before Mr. Mikey came and found me. I saw the body cam footage come running down the street trying to find me a block away. Now, let's get into the policies with this. We want to talk about policies, city policies, right? When you issue a trespass, certain factors have to be met when a trespass is issued. None of those were met in this instance. And one of those specifically is you can't wait 2-3 days to issue a trespass after the fact. You guys have to observe the conduct. You have to warn the individual of his conduct and give him an opportunity to stop his conduct. And then you have to ask him to leave. And if he doesn't leave, then you trespass him. None of that happened on the 14th or the 17th. What happened was Mr. Mikey here got all butthurt because he knows I filed a suit against him, and I told his coworker, his workers about it, so he came and retaliated against me. Now, we were talking about a trespass that was written on the 14th. Mikey delivered this to me, and I have him on recording filling it out personally. And I took a picture of it right here. Okay, I got it right here. That's all Mr. Mikey's handwriting. That is not Dan's handwriting at all. So I don't know what kind of fabricated nonsense testimony these people are using to try to keep me from City Hall, but I don't like it. And all this is a retaliation because I'm invoking my First Amendment rights and policy. So I know I am very familiar with public view doctrine. Okay, I'm very familiar with what is a limited public forum, what is a traditional public forum, what is non-public forum. Where I was at was a limited public forum. Where I was recording was a limited public forum. Anything I can see with my eyes, I can record. It is on you guys to keep that private. If you don't want me recording in there, shut your door. I didn't do anything to validate a trespass. Besides, stand up for my rights. And it shocks me that you would attempt to do this and not bring the old man in here when that clearly shows I wasn't even in the building for 30 seconds before I was being trespassed with none of those policies being met. Now, ground one, failure to provide required verbal warning and opportunity to correct. Burlington City Ordinance 21-45 AC requires that before any written trespass notice is issued, the individual must be informed of the basis for the notice and given a reasonable opportunity and amount of time to change or address the underlying conduct. That is, a verbal warning must have been issued. On July 14th, I had been present for literally 30 seconds and had not said a single word to anyone when the security guard immediately confronted me. All right. Recognized me from a prior visit and demanded that I be trespassed because he claimed my filming was intimidating and disruptive. Chocolate Thunder's own scope of work requires guards to, quote, maintain a friendly professional presence and orderly atmosphere, end quote, and to, quote, deal with disruptive and offensive or inappropriate behavior in a respectful and tactful manner, end quote. I was not disruptive, I was not offensive or unruly. The guard had no contractual or legal authority to immediately demand a trespass. No verbal warning was given, and no written notice was ever issued or delivered that day. I ultimately left on my own accord. The required process was never completed. Ground 2, improper timing and delivery of notice. Burlington City Ordinance 21-45 AD requires that the written notice of trespass be hand-delivered to the individual at the time of the alleged conduct unless safety concerns are cited. It does not permit waiting 3 days and then issuing a notice retroactively. The notice was deliberately backdated July 14th, but was not provided until July 17th. Ground 3, bad faith backdating. The notice was deliberately backdated July 14th, 2026, but was not provided to me until July 17th, 2026. The same day, I informed City Hall Security that I had filed a civil lawsuit against Chocolate Thunder Security, INC, and Robyn Tolin. By the way, I need her address so I can get her served. This backdating is clear evidence of an attempt to create a false appearance that the trespass predated my lawsuit and to evade responsibility for retaliatory conduct. Ground 4, retaliatory issuance. The trespass was issued in direct retaliation for my filing a civil suit and for engaging in protected journalistic activity in violation of my First Amendment rights. On July 17th, 2026, I informed 2 Chocolate Thunder security staff at City Hall that I just filed a civil suit in Chittenden Superior Court against the company and Robyn Tolin. One staff member was directly reporting my visit to his manager in real time. Approximately 45 minutes later, the owner personally confronted me a block away from City Hall and issued the trespass. Ground 5, defective notice, null and void on its face. Burlington City Ordinance 2145D is mandatory. It requires that every written trespass notice shall also advise the recipient of the right to contest the notice of trespass and location at which to file the appeal. The July 17th, 2026 notice issued to me by Mikey van Gulden fails to contain this required information. The city and Chocolate Thunder cannot pick and choose which portions of the ordinance they will enforce and which portions they will ignore. They cannot decide which parts of the law they will notify the public about and which parts they will withhold. I personally brought this exact defect to the city's attention during the appeal on June 12, 2026 trespass. In its July 10, 2026 written decision, the Public Safety Committee itself acknowledged the defect, stating that the notice, quote, failed to include the required information related to appeal rights, end quote, and even, quote, urged the updating of the form in use to bring it into compliance, end quote. Despite this clear acknowledgement, the city and Chocolate Thunder continued to use this identical defective form on July 17th. This prior justification that the omission did not, quote, materially impact, end quote, my ability to appeal because I still managed to file is not a lawful basis for ignoring the mandatory language of the ordinance. Because the notice is defective on its face, it is null and void and cannot be enforced. Last ground, no lawful or legal basis. There was no lawful or legal basis under Burlington City Ordinance 2140-45A or any other applicable law or city code for the issuance of a trespass notice. Chocolate Thunder's own scope of work only authorizes a trespass when a person is, quote, disruptive, offensive, or inappropriate, end quote. On July 14th, I had been present for literally 30 seconds and had not said a single word to anyone. I was not disruptive, offensive, unruly, or non-compliant with any rule. The guard had no contractual or legal authority to immediately demand that I be trespassed simply because he recognized me from a prior visit and did not like me filming him. The later backdated notice issued by the owner 3 days later is therefore also without lawful basis and must be rescinded. So those are my grounds for my appeal. And I forgot
2
what
more
else.
minutes, please. If you
No,
could.
that's it.
Good.
I think I pretty much laid it out there.
Thank you, Mr. Gravel. I'm going to turn it over now to questions from the committee. If any committee members have questions for the parties involved or for our council, please raise your hand. Councilor Grant.
Thank you. When you were asked what business you had in City Hall, was there a reason you didn't answer the question?
I believe that starts to you, Mr. Gravel. Yeah.
Well, I think we went over this before. Per policy, your policies are for you guys. Per policy, they can ask me. I don't have to tell them nothing. I don't have to tell him why I was there. It doesn't matter. He already had his intentions of what he was going to do. I don't know why you're even bringing that up, to be totally honest with you. Anything past the old man right in the beginning it is irrelevant anyway, as far as I'm concerned, because that's when it all started. And by the simple fact that I outlined all these violations, it's null and void anyway. You guys...
I hear what you're saying, sir, but it was the video that you submitted, and I do have questions about what occurred on the video. I have concerns where you said that you were there on quote unquote business.
Yeah.
But you didn't have an appointment, and then the business was downstairs, but you went upstairs.
Are appointments required?
Well, if you are going upstairs where the mayor's office is, there are not public offices like there are with, say, the clerk, city clerk or treasurers, or where people come to pay property taxes or other things like that. That is, there's reasons why the mayor's office and city attorney's office and other areas are secured. There are parts of the building where there is private, confidential discussions that are happening. There are...
I understand all that, but all that is behind a glass wall. That's all behind a glass wall. If you want that kind of privacy up there, then you should move the wall to the top of the stairs and stop the elevator from going to the 3rd floor. Simple as that.
Well, we cannot stop the elevator from going to the 3rd floor because...
You know, but because what you're trying to bring up is all
Mr. Gravel, I wasn't finished.
Irrelevant.
Mr. Gravel, I was not finished with my statement.
Well, because it's irrelevant.
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yep. Yes.
I just want to say, I'm sorry, Councilor Grant, but I would just ask that you instruct Mr. Gravel to be more respectful to the members of this committee who are hearing his appeal.
You act like you're doing me a favor hearing my appeal.
As chair, Mr. Gravel,
hearing my appeal.
Mr. Gravel, respectfully, I believe Council Litwin and Councilor Grant are correct in this instance. If we could just maintain a sense of decorum with each other so we can possibly hear this appeal and help with our deliberations, that would be very helpful.
Well, continue. I mean, she's straight off topic here. Okay, that's my point. We straight off topic of the actual real discussion here.
I'll let her ask her question. You can respond, and then we'll move on. Councilor Grant, can you finish with your question, please? Thank you.
Certainly, I did want to first say, just in response to the comment about the elevator, we have to allow the elevator to the 3rd floor for individuals who might not have the capacity to take the stairs. There is access via the stairs for people who make appointments for specific meetings with the mayor or department heads. So I just, if you had business on the ground floor,
Mila, do you understand what limit? Do you understand what public forum?
Never mind, I have no more questions.
Do you understand what public forum?
Can you please not interrupt? Can you please not interrupt? Can you let her finish her statement, and then you'll have an opportunity to respond. Councilor Grant.
I'm finished. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gravel, if you'd like to respond. Oh wait, hold on 1 second. They're not unmuted.
You're muted.
You're muted right at the moment.
Do you understand what the public forum doctrine is? Traditional, limited, non-public. Okay, this is what we're talking about here. Everything you're saying is completely irrelevant because what I was doing falls under the public forum doctrine and limited public forum. I wasn't protesting, I was filming in public. I was on the public side, not the mayor's side of everything. Okay? If I can visually see it, I can record it. I wasn't in anybody's way, so none of this matters. We're straying far from the point, which is like, all of this is irrelevant to the actual facts. Last time, like Ms. Brown over there wants to talk the policies. I was talking policies with my 6 points of everything. I outlined everything. Instead, we're distracting with this other stuff that doesn't matter. None of this matters. You guys want to stick to, like, you guys want to have a semi-quasi judicial board here for fair review, then be fair about it and go by the laws that are set forth in Burlington city ordinances and the laws of the state of Vermont and the Constitution, right? And the public forum doctrine. And let's move on. Rescind the trespass because it shouldn't have been set in place anyway, because like I've explained already, why it was set in place, because Mike doesn't like that I'm suing him because of what his company has done to me at City Hall. All right, okay, answer me this.
Is there any responses? Yes.
Whose handwriting's on that trespass? Who wrote out that trespass that I showed you guys?
Yeah.
Whose handwriting is that?
Thank you, Mr. Gravel.
Because it's signed by Mike.
I'd be happy to take my turn now if you
Yes, Mr. Gravel.
Unless I can't see if Councilor Sanchez Parkinson has her hand up. So
no, she has not raised her hand. So Councilor Litwin, please feel free to ask a question.
Thank you. First, I want to just invite you, Mr. Gravel, to take a moment because I can tell that this is really a passion area for you. And I think if you've read my dissenting opinion on the first letter that we sent you, which I believe he was provided, you know that I made a decision in your favor. So hopefully we could just take a moment and all of us conduct ourselves respectfully. I think Councilor Grant was being very respectful. And as a member of this body, I would just ask that you be respectful to me and the other members of this body, because we've taken time to review all of your evidence and to hold this special hearing. And now is the time for us to ask questions. And we, as the members of this body, determine what's relevant to us. So I do appreciate, but I ask that if you want me to hear anything you have to say, that we move forward respectfully. Is that something that you feel we can agree to?
Oh, yeah, I feel like I've been pretty respectful. I honestly feel like I've been pretty respectful thus far. But okay. I will allow everybody to speak because they are allowing me to speak, and I am kind of wound up about it, but I mean, this is, from my perspective, this is completely ridiculous because I feel like none of this should even happen.
So I want to acknowledge that I appreciate that that's how you feel. And I hope you understand that I think I've been very reasonable in your hearing, in your previous hearing, and also in any other hearings. And I would just ask that you give me some leeway here.
Absolutely. I read your dissenting opinion and I appreciated it very much.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to ask, we're going to go forward. I'm going to ask you a few questions, but I would ask that you not, speak over me or speak in a way like speaking to Councilor Grant and referring to her first name. Like I didn't feel that was respectful. We call you Mr. Gravel. And so I just, it's just an example that I want to share with you. And you were interrupting her. and that concerned me. And so it made me question, okay, is this someone whose behavior that he can control his behavior? Because that's what worries me right now. So I see your reaction, and I'm sorry, but that's my concern right now. Okay?
Well, I mean, that's a little far stretched. I mean, a little bit of verbal, back and forth is far from in threatening, intimidating behavior,
It may be, but I have to, you're presenting yourself as you are. So the concern I have also was about some of the video footage you sent, but some of it I saw where you were approached by Mr. Van Gulden on the corner of Church and Main. And I was concerned because you seemed to not want him to come near you. So you said, don't come near me. You're too close to me. Right?
Yes.
I think that's what I heard on the video. So
yes.
Why didn't you want him to come near you?
Because he was walking up on me really aggressively, like really fast. From my angle, like you could see like so I watched his body camera. I didn't realize that he came looking for me. I thought I walked into him for some reason because I had stopped recording. I had left City Hall 45 minutes before that. So like when he caught me by surprise, and that's not the first time he's walked up on me aggressively like that. I have a propensity to want to defend myself against what I believe to be a physical threat, and Mikey's bigger than I am.
So you believed that Mr. Van Gulden, who was coming out of City Hall wearing a live body cam, you believe that he was a physical threat to you?
I believe he could have been, because how aggressively he was walking up on me. Yeah.
And
by the fact that he came and found me a block away from City Hall too. I thought that was like I said in my stuff, like I thought that was a little aggressive too. So
And so what can I ask, what was it about his walking that felt aggressive to you? Can you describe it to me?
That he kept pressing towards me.
Okay.
I didn't show you guys my video of that. I did watch
it, actually. I did watch it on your YouTube channel.
Okay.
So the follow-up question I have then is on
so my PTSD, okay, let me back up, Evan.
He has to follow Mr. Gravel.
Sorry.
Well, let him have his follow-up question, please.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to intercede about why I reacted that way. That's all.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what you guys don't know about me, right, is I have kind of a tumultuous background and for my youth. I was raised from 25 to 35 in a very aggressive environment, not one of my choice, from Vermont to California. And I developed a post-traumatic stress disorder that was highly exacerbated by a traumatic brain injury that happened almost 10 years ago. And due to that reason, when my autonomous nervous system gets highly triggered, I go into fight or flight mode really easily. And based on my background and my history, I would normally go into fight mode. But through a lot of practice and working through it over the years, like when I was doing cognitive, after my brain injury, I was doing cognitive stuff. So I worked through a lot of that stuff. So like I'm not, so like I will get verbally aggressive sometimes or whatever, but like I won't get physical unless provoked, unless someone gets physical with me. But that's here nor there. But yeah, I have post-traumatic stress disorder, which triggers my autonomous nervous system.
Okay. So thank you so I want to thank you first for sharing that. I know that's difficult to share with people that you don't know. So I guess you would describe that you were going into flight mode when you were saying, I just want to make sure I understand you.
Oh yeah. So I was going, well, not necessarily
you were
going
saying,
to flight
don't
mode.
Come near me.
Yeah, I was holding my ground, but I did back up, about a dozen feet or more, and then I wasn't going to back up anymore. So that's when I held my ground, told him not to come near me, because then I was going to go into fight mode, like if he kept pressing on me.
Oh,
and I didn't want, no, absolutely not, because he stopped. See, that's the thing. He kept going towards me until I physically stopped and demanded like him not come any closer. That's when he stopped.
So the follow-up I want to ask you then is, if that is the case, why did you then, according to the footage I saw on your YouTube channel, follow Mr. Van Gulden back towards the city hall door, calling him a variety of swear words and names? If you were concerned for your safety,
I wasn't concerned for my
hold on.
safety.
If you were concerned for your safety, well, you just told me that you were afraid that he's bigger than you. You didn't
I didn't
know
say
if
I
he
was afraid.
Okay.
I say that I did not say I was afraid. I said that I did not say I was afraid. I would never swing first, but I am ready to stand my ground if necessary, is what I said. Basically, I'm ready to defend myself at all cost.
So he left. He turned around and left.
He
All
did.
He said, and he said, you know, you're refusing to accept this. Fine. He turned around. He left. And so then you followed him.
Yes.
And that is what I'm really concerned about, because I'm seeing inconsistency with what you're describing to me. And then, can I?
Okay.
I really don't want to be
Sorry.
interrupted again.
Sorry.
And I'm going to tell
Sorry.
you that it's going to put me in a really bad place. I'll just stop asking questions like Counselor Grant was, and we'll just move on, because I have other things I can do tonight too. Okay. So that is a concern to me. And we don't, you know, I'll leave that there for now. Just know that I have that concern. The second issue, it wasn't a question. The second issue that I have is that you were here, you know, again on business, and kind of going and filing public records requests, from what I could tell, although sometimes I couldn't hear all of the body cam video, but I tried to hear most of it. And it seemed that you were speaking to the city attorney's office staff. I thought I saw Attorney McClenahan in the background. And so I assumed that you were attempting to file a public records request, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So
no, I was appealing the redacted police report.
I see. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. And so once you had completed that, I guess, what is the purpose? And you may have an answer to this. What is the purpose of standing there recording the guard, which I saw on the body cam footage?
To stress test my constitutional rights.
Okay. So,
that's the only reason, to stand there and stress test my constitutionally protected rights, because I have a right to do that.
Okay. And then would you say that was the reason you went up to the third floor as well, or?
I went up to the third floor first that day.
Okay, so it was reverse order?
Yeah, so I went up to the third floor. I was not there 30 seconds, and the old man wanted me trespassed and then called down to Dan. And then I went downstairs within like 10 minutes or 12 minutes and spoke to Haley, or Miss McClenahan. I don't know her name.
Yeah. So one question I have for you that I thought was a reasonable question that Counselor Grant asked.
Okay.
And I hope that you'll see it similarly, but the question is, why not just tell him what your business is? Why not tell him what you told me? Or why not just say, I want to speak to the mayor, or I want to get video footage of the mayor walking through the hallway, or whatever that is for you, your journalistic sort of work. Why not just tell him and then see what his response is?
Well, because I already knew I was suing Chocolate Thunder Security. And I wanted more evidence against this company for their actions against me. I wanted more evidence against this company for their actions against me.
Okay, thanks. I have no further questions, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councilor Lindman. Any other questions from Lindman? All right. I think that's it. Thank you. If there's no other comments or questions, I appreciate you making that meeting, Mr. Gravel. Thank you, Chocolate Thunder City Attorney and other press for being here. We'll now take a moment if there's a motion to adjourn the meeting and move into deliberations. Do I need a motion for that? Right, I do need a motion for that. Yeah, I need a motion.
Can I say something real quick before you guys
Yes,
close out?
You have about 1 minute left on your time here, so.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so today I was out shooting B-roll footage because I went to the courthouse to amend the complaint against Chocolate Thunder Security. So I was talking about it, and I got close to the building, and Dan came out and said I was on city property, and I didn't believe, and I didn't think I was. So when I got home, I looked at the ArcGIS maps, and Dan was right. I did breach the little sidewalk there unintentionally, and for that I apologize. I would never voluntarily violate the trespass order.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gravel. Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, thank you, everyone, and we will move into deliberations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming.